Hello, I'm Jury Rigged, and this is Duskers. Not really much to it. Well, there's lots to it, but if you've been watching my daily challenges, you probably have a good idea of what I'm going to be doing. If you haven't been watching my daily challenges or you aren't familiar with Duskers, honestly, this isn't an introduction. I will do what I can. I always want to do what I can to explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So if you aren't familiar, hopefully you will learn something. And, but rather not and. I'm not going to be easing into the mechanics. I'm not going to be showing off for sake of showing off. This is my campaign. I will admit I am playing on easy. So there's lots of big numbers. I have lots of jump fuel. I have lots of propulsion fuel. I have lots of scrap. I have lots of ships, or not ships. I have lots of drones. I have lots of, upgrades. I'm pretty well off. Again, this is easy. I didn't know how I do it, Duskers, and I was really looking for something more casual. But I might go through this again, and I might record all of it if I play again on. If I play through the campaign again. Ultimately, for those of you, again, who have seen my daily challenge videos, you will be familiar that there are certain modifiers, certain upgrades that I like. On this run, I've been very fortunate to find several 4-slot drones, and my primary, as most of you who, again, have seen those, is Stealth, Interface, and Gather. I have a teleport on there mainly for getting out of a dangerous situation, but also because my standard tactic, as you'll see, is distributing sensors throughout a ship. It's a little wasteful to do this, to distribute the sensor throughout the ship, but it does allow you to get a full vision of what's on the ship. And with the exception of sentries, which attack sensors, you can get a very good vision, and you can keep it because anything that moves around is just going to trigger new sensors. There are some modifiers on my things. Again, if you've been playing, if you're familiar with the game, you know what those are. While I'm playing, I will explain what they are, and we'll see how things go. Let's see. To start, I am in... Okay. Ultimately, at this point, I've completed a lot of the campaign. I do not know if there's an end. I don't really want to know other than a yes or no. If you know that there's an end and there is, then just reply yes. I have completed most of the objectives. I'm not going to open the objective screen just to not have spoilers or anything like that for anyone who is watching. Right now, I've completed everything that I know I can complete. I can't figure out anything else really to do. So because I have so many resources, I'm going throughout the whole galaxy and or the whole known universe in the game, and just clearing house, getting everything, boarding everything, just to see what happens. It's entirely possible there is an end and I need to do something else to meet the requirements, to meet the objectives. But if that's the case, then I'm going to just have to reset and have another go at it. When you reset, it does keep all of your objectives where they are, so that'll give me new ships to complete these challenges. Right now, I'm on this map, and I've got a couple things that I want to go to. Definitely think I'll start with this Government B. I've got 4 propulsion left, so I might jump back into the system. I probably will, actually. But for now, Government B. And so again, I've got a stealth drone. The mouse is my primary. And oh yes, they are heavily buffed for health. Again, I've been playing, this is a pretty long run, and I haven't lost too much. It's easy mode. The actual game, when you're playing on normal, is much harder. I've watched videos. I've enjoyed videos. I recommend you go look those up. But at least for the moment, I'm playing on easy. The more I think about it, the more I do want to do a at least medium difficulty run, maybe hard difficulty run, see how well I can do. again, record that. In this case, it's just I'm in the mood to play, and I'd like to record. I'm kind of getting into this whole recording videos and talking bit that I wasn't sure how that would go. Anyway, so I have Mouse, my primary drone, Stealth, Interface, Gather, and Teleport, as I already discussed. I have Jeremy, my generator drone, has a trap and sensors, and I'm going to distribute those sensors throughout the ship. I have Orson, good for towing, extra traps just in case, extra mines just in case, and a probe. I prefer probe to scan because I don't have to go into every room to probe it. I can let the probe explore throughout the ship. I can move enemies where I need them to go all at once and get the ship mapped out, explored, and scouted, and then go in. And if there's slime, then I'm not going to probe. I'm not going to scan the room, but I can probe it and see if it's worth trapping or something along those lines, because you don't want to waste a trap. That's a scrap. And then I have Nathan, who is my leftovers. In the event that I find destroyed drones or multiple intact drones and don't have enough storage room, Nathan is my storage room. He has a turret and that's it. And lots of open space. So, got a Government B quarantine, 1 infestation type, so hopefully will be pretty easy. Let's go. No logs. Haven't really had any logs recently. What am I doing? I'm completely forgetting what my normal strategy. It's been a while since I played. And oh, and there's an 11. So there's the 1 infestation type is in R11. It's not being attacked, so that tells me that it's not. That tells me that it is not a sentry drone. And then I remote. Remote's apparently going to power half the ship. I have a damaged drone in R9. And again, using the probe, as you're seeing through this method, is giving me the ability to completely explore the ship without putting anything at risk. The probe has stealth, so I'm able to get in, get through a room, and nothing's going to attack it unless it gets detected, which it's not going to because stealth. And what I want to find out here, especially because nothing goes into R2, is if this moves. If it doesn't move, it's slime, which is really unfortunate because the fuel is in that room. If it does move, then it's fine. It's something else. If it doesn't move, I think I'm not going to go for the fuel. I don't know that there is fuel. Oh, what's that, R3? That is R3. Okay, and at this point, with this last room, I've explored the entire ship. This is why I like the probe. I've quickly and efficiently explored the ship. I have identified extra sources of scrap. There's a lot of scrap on this ship. And I know, because of the sensors, I know where all of it is. Not all of it, rather. I know where all the enemies are. Good condition stealth, that's always nice. Okay, I need to get... Okay, actually, another thing that I was suggesting and hadn't actually completed the thought. Or, well, let me update the thought. Nothing has moved out of R11. Unfortunately, if I trap it or mine it, I will probably lose the fuel tank. I don't have a sensor. I can turret it, but by God, that's an expensive, wasteful option. So really, my best bet, my only bet, it's slime. That's kind of where I was going with that. I know it's slime because it hadn't moved yet. The only thing that I have left to pick up on this ship is from this drone, and I'm going to leave it at that. I could get more fuel, and it might be worth the turret. The thing is, I'm going to use more from the turret, probably to clear a whole room of slime, than I am with a mine. In either event, I do not know that it's worth it. My best actual option, and this is a really bad option, is this. Because I know there isn't any... Oh, the generator was destroyed. That's terrible. I can't close that door now. Yes, I can. Oh, I can't. Okay, so unfortunately, I really screwed that up. I didn't realize the generator was in that room. My other option would be go through R10, R7, R4, R2. Would have been a little bit of a safer bet. Unfortunately, well, I sunk the battleship, basically. There's nothing I can do about that now, and it's real unfortunate, but I wasn't really likely to get the fuel anyway, and the safest option, the easiest option I had, was to try to evacuate the room. Unfortunately, it broke the generator. Everything else is fine, though. Got all the scrap. I've checked all the rooms. The only thing I didn't get was the fuel. So, end of the run. Got a little bit of deterioration. Again, I've got a lot of scrap, so I'm not terribly worried about those. And I don't want to get too high on scrap anyway, just because, well, you like to have a little bit of buffer. You don't want to be full so that you stop using it, so that you waste any. I'm going to go to the Sorpanaka next. Barge C, volatile, and unknown infestation types. So this is a riskier ship. It's probably going to be, well, it's a C class, so it's probably not going to be too big. But it could be decently sized. No communications. Okay, so that was quick. There are 2 infestation types, or at least 2 infestation types. If there is swarm, it's entirely possible for it to be hiding in a vent at this point in the game. Overall, another thing that I like about this method is so far I have used 4 actually, because of the remote power. 4 upgrades. When you use an upgrade, that begins its deterioration. It doesn't continue to deteriorate, it just deteriorates a little bit. And that's it. So if you don't use an upgrade the entire run, that's your best case scenario. Now, I'm going to be in an interesting situation here. I do know that neither of these is a sentry, which is kind of unfortunate. I would like to know if D9 moves, but I don't need to know if, or not D9, R2 moves. Okay, it does. Now what I want to do, I didn't realize until just now that there is a airlock in every room. So I'm going to see if I can take advantage of that. I know that two of the infestation types, I've never been on a ship that spontaneously grows. I've never been on a ship that spontaneously grows slime that didn't already have slime. So, I'm confident. Both the infestation types I can see are mobile, and that's good. Well, that was almost a big mistake. So I know that one of those, well, actually I don't know what either of those are. They could, but one of them could be swarm, one of them could be a jumper. They could both be jumpers, and the swarms are still in the vent. The important thing was they were not slime, and that was a quick, easy ship. Didn't get too much, definitely didn't cover those repairs, but it's not always about that. Sometimes it is about the fuel, and again, even on easy, this is not going to be a gimme necessarily. So new sector or new sector and or system, and got a couple ships, got a couple depots. Currently, I don't believe you can, okay, military A. Currently, I'm in a military A specifically because you want a military ship, if at all possible, because the alternative is not having access to a lot of places that you can go, and a lot of places that you want to go. Oh, and actually, I forgot last time to take off this stealth. So I have my ship config. No, it's a depot, not a station. I don't know what I'm thinking. So let's go ahead and go on there. Got two infestation types. Again, the usual hope. No slime, no slime, no slime. Oh! Okay, my bad. I was confused for a moment there. They actually added, in a recent update, that if you did that, it would not teleport your drone into the room you were trying to move the sensor into, which was really nice. I'm really happy with that. So I have two infestation types. Again, possibly a third if swarm are hiding in a vent. And I want to try to get them into R3, ideally. If neither of them moves, then, well, one of them should move. Also, by the way, I am saving a lot on resources simply by... I'm not repairing my drone video feeds. I don't use 2 or 3 as... mobile drones. Like, 1, I'll get into 1 and I'll drive around. 2 and 3, I don't need to drive around. I can give them commands. Okay, nothing has moved out of R2 yet. That's very disconcerting. I'm gonna open D6 and see if I can get... So, I'm kind of thinking there is probably... Ah, crap! I hate slime. Did I say there's probably slime? There's probably slime. Okay, I'm going to let... Even though it's not... Even though it's not a sentry, I'm going to let that into R2. There's no machinery in R2, so if I drop a trap in there, it's going to be safe. It's going to be fine. So... not actually showing... Oh, no, it is. Okay. And for now, the room is safe. I really, really hate slime. It was filling the room already. Did not take long to fill it all, to spread it all. And that's this ship. Regardless of the difficulty, the ship part is pretty much the same. I haven't seen any particular differences there, but you're probably less likely to get as much salvage. In this case, I've been coming across smaller ships, and it is quickly going to drain down my salvage, so I might end up getting into a trouble situation. But for right now, everything is okay. Except for that damn slime. I hate the slime. So, end of map. Again, I'm probably going to get some deterioration, and I definitely did not get enough scrap to cover it this time. That's very unfortunate, especially because I took damage. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, I did. That's damage and the deterioration there. So, I am going to have to watch what I'm doing a little bit more carefully so that I don't run out of scrap for repairs. Right now, though, I'm going to cut the video here, and I'm going to start a second one. And, oh, I got a new objective thing. So I'm going to cut the video here and read the objective thing. So far, all I'm getting, you can get messages titled, "Hey You," and I believe that is... It's kind of hard to explain. I'll explain in the next video. That's kind of a cliffhanger bait, but still. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a good day.